Welcome to the Knuckleheads of Liberty.
Another area too that is really taking a hard shot for young people. It's not just their mental health, but it's their earnings going into the future, and this is part of what's probably affecting their mental health. A lot of, and maybe we could get this image up on the screen. But there was this UK article from Economics Observatory. It looks like, and that's. They're literally talking about the effects, both short and long term, of what it's going to do to the lifetime earnings of graduates. And they're talking about a lot of these students, losing several percent of their lifetime earnings for this. And that's a lot of money. If you figure that this could be in the hundreds of thousands of dollars that kids will be losing
Exactly.
over their lifetime
Yeah.
because of these terrible policies by government, and just saying, hey, shut it all down. This is hysterics, safety theater, and by the way, it's got a huge price tag, and young people are going to pay for it. What do you guys think about that?
I
Well,
just, yeah, go ahead, Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh, I was going to say that we already, as young people, have suffered because of the overinflationary policies that we've been instituting. We're earning less than our parents did at our age, pretty much. Our career prospects are already on the decline, and the fact that this is what's going on right now only makes the problem even worse. Like, I couldn't dream of owning a house, even though my parents own a house, and so that's just as a result of bad government policy all around.
Indeed, indeed.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
by the way,
I truly wish all of the people, all of the guilty parties in this disaster could be sued, okay, for the lost earnings. Okay, I wish we could sue the teachers unions. I wish we could sue the government, all the state governments who engage in this nonsense, all of the administrators in the school. I wish we could just sue them to smithereens for kids who are going to suffer because of this disaster. And you see, maybe I would have understood if you say, well, we're going to just shut down the school for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and they actually did that, but then they're going to open it back. Maybe we were at the beginning of the pandemic, we were a little bit uncertain about the severity of the virus and all that kind of stuff. We didn't have enough information. I would have accepted, even though it would have been wrong, I would have accepted that explanation. But this thing went on for a year and a half. A
well,
year and a half, even after we knew that little kids are the least vulnerable, even after we knew it, it was still going on.
yeah.
I wish we could hold some of these people accountable. I really do.
But this is a slippery slope, Leon. Once you abandon those principles, and I was just apoplectic when I heard 2 weeks to stop the spread, and that was what they were talking about initially. And we kind of we actually had a show in studio when we were doing Libertarian Counterpoint, and it was me, Leon, and our invisible hand, James, and we were talking about as we saw COVID coming on the horizon. I think it was in March of that year or something, and we said, there's probably going to be some quarantines, and is it, we were debating the ethics of quarantining somebody who's sick, and we were just absolutely shocked that they quarantined everybody. They locked down the economy, and that was the issue. Once you throw out those principles and you say, hey, we're going to lock stuff down, and you don't have a choice, and we'll tell you what your risk valuation should be. At that point, there's no end to it, and that's what we saw. 2 weeks
Yes,
turned into forever, and
yes.
for some people in some jurisdictions, it's still going on with
It's still
masks
going
and
on.
other things like
Exactly.
that. It's
Yes.
crazy.
They're still
uh,
asking kids to wear masks and all that kind of stuff. And some places, we have to social distance and all that. All those things are the social distancing and is okay. But the mask wearing and all these other things, and they're still going on. Little kids who are suffering because of this. Look at the mental condition some of these kids. They need to see the teacher's face for them to connect with the teacher and to learn. But they're putting these masks on their face and telling them this is the environment in which they're going to strive and survive. No, no, it's failing them.
Well, Daily Wire had a great video where during the Super Bowl where they put it out, and it showed, or actually it was just after the Super Bowl, and they compared Los Angeles County where they had a mask requirement in place, and they showed all the little kids who were just going through this horrific experience as little children, 3 or 4 year olds, that 5 year olds don't understand any better, being forced to keep masks on, and of course
Yes.
kids getting nasty stuff all over their face all day, and just having that mask, it's just, oh my gosh. And then they go to the Super Bowl where the responsible people who put these things in place were, and nobody was wearing them. You had governor, or excuse me, the mayor there in Los
Yes,
Angeles. He was
Eric Garcetti.
yeah, and I believe he said, well, I think it was him who said, well, it was okay because when I was I only had my mask off when I wasn't breathing or something.
He said he held his breath. He said when he took the picture, he held his breath. So that was okay. That was okay.
Yeah, but you had celebrity after celebrity who just went on tirades about people wearing masks, shaming people, and then here they were, and they're having a good time out in public.
Gavin Newsom was in French Laundry with people all around, and this was during the height of the pandemic. People all around him, no mask, no social distancing, and these are the people implementing this garbage upon us.
And he was at the NFC Championship game too, just before the Super Bowl. Doing the
That's
same
right.
thing.
He held his breath the whole time, so it was okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. I'm sorry. My apologies.
I think that's how he legislates. He just holds his breath. And that's how all these good ideas come out. He waits until his face turns blue, and then wherever the dial lands, that's what they're legislating.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, always.